Hi, I'm here to show you how to complete test corrections. Test corrections are available to those who scored below a 75% on their unit test. When you'll know that you're eligible for test corrections when you have this paper that's in front of us attached to your test when it is returned. So you can see the first part is a note to your parent. It will tell them that you scored below a 75% and the due date for completing the test corrections. Task 1 says that on a separate piece of paper, so not on your test, on a separate piece of paper, you're going to handwrite or type the following sentence for each question you missed on the test, and you'll fill in the sentence blanks with the correct information. So I'm going to show you exactly how I would do this. First step, I'm going to open a Google Doc, as you can see here, and I'm going to call it Test Corrections Unit 1, for example. So the prompt is for question number blank, I put blank as my answer. So I'm going to write that. For question number blank, I put blank as my answer. The correct answer should have been blank. And the location of where this information was found in, and the location for where this answer was found was in, and then I'm going to say where I found that. So I'm going to actually keep that one, that template up in the start, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it, because then I'm going to go to my test, and I'm going to say that for the sake of this question, I'm going to do question number 2. It's a little silly one. Every morning you notice a strong odor of coffee in Miss Malone's classroom. Which of the following is the most reasonable inference based on this observation? So let's say that I chose B. That's just a funny answer, and I was looking out the window when I answered that. So I'm going to go back here for question number 2. I put B as my answer. The correct answer should have been D. Miss Malone likes to drink coffee before school. And the location where I found this answer, so this would be in my notes where we talked about inference, observation versus inference. So there are a couple places where I would find this answer. I'm going to say in the mystery box activity. And the second place would be the study guide. Okay, so there's my first one. My next question, I'm going to again highlight this, paste it. And let's say for this one, I missed one of the answers on question 13. What are the 2 things that should be added to this model of the Earth's core? So again, now we've got question 13, so I'm going to double click here, 13. And I'm going to say that I accidentally put a title as my answer, which some people did. So the correct answer should have been labels or key and explanations. And the location for this answer, where I found the answer, was in my surface tension C notes on page, now I honestly can't remember this, but I think it's 24. Okay, so let's say those were the only 2 I missed. Task 2, you're going to write a well-written paragraph summarizing the main ideas of this unit. And since I'm typing this, I'm going to go ahead and type task 2. And in fact, I'm going to write up here task number 1. I can now get rid of this template because I don't need that anymore. And then down here, I'm going to say task number 2. And I'm supposed to write what this unit was about. So our first unit in science class this year was Intro to Science. We studied, and I'm going to keep going and say what we studied. What were the main topics that we studied? What were the main, the essential questions that we answered throughout the unit? Then I'm going to go to task 3. This is often missed because people do not continue on to the next page. So it says on the back of this paper, write a well-written paragraph that includes what you did to study this time and why you did poorly and what you plan to do better next time. Because the whole goal here is to help you relearn the things that you missed on the test and then to put in good habits for next time. So the way I studied for the unit 1 test, was by looking over my notes for 10 minutes. I realize now that it was not enough time to prepare. Next time, some strategies I'd like to use are, and then I'm going to list a couple different ways that I think I can best study. When I'm done with this, task 1, 2, and 3, I'm going to make sure my parents sign where it says parent name and parent signature. And then I'm going to print this out my test corrections, and I'm going to staple it to my original test, and I'm going to turn it back into class by the due date. So I hope this helped you understand how you are going to do the test corrections. Remember, task 1 is for you to answer or correct all of the questions that you missed. So you don't need to do the ones you did correctly, just the ones that you missed. All right, I hope you have a successful time doing this, and the best part of all is that you have the opportunity to raise your grade to a 75%. Best of luck.